Good Thursday morning. We're back. Larry Sprinkle along with Chris Mulcahy. The last time we did this was that severe weather day. It was
two times.
Oh, my gosh. And back today. Today, not quite as extensive as what we saw the other day. That was an exception. I mean, that just doesn't happen that often.
And when we sat down here at this time on Monday, it was a 30% chance, and then that went up to a 45% chance for wind
storms.
damage.
Yes, wow.
That was a historic event. You usually don't have that good of a severe weather chance, and the main reason why is the timing of the day. Everything lined up. There was a heat advisory. It was maximum instability. The good thing working for us for this line of storms, it's the morning, which is not super unstable.
We can be thankful for that.
Yes.
Let's take a first of all view to show you the big picture this morning. That's really our weather view this morning. Has been all morning long. All fair weather clouds. No storms out there at the moment, but they're certainly part of our weather picture this morning.
But those are upper-level clouds, those cirrus clouds. Sometimes when you have a thick deck like that, that's a precursor saying, hey, something's coming.
We're on the way.
And
Take a look at this area. Now, the other day on Monday, we were talking about an area that covered from Atlanta to the Mid-Atlantic states. So this is Charlotte to Columbia to Raleigh, out to the coastal sections around the Outer Bank towards Wilmington, that we're in that kind of medium threat for any severe storms out there today.
And the reason why you're seeing that orange bubble kind of start in the Charlotte area is because these storms are actually going to start to weaken as they get a little bit close to us, and then they're going to start to intensify. So the good news for us is it kind of hits that bottom of the curve before it starts ramping up. That's why I think especially the eastern side of this orange bubble of stronger storms, because it's the peak heating of the day. They're going to hit that late morning, heading into the afternoon, say around Raleigh, heading to the Outer Banks. So
they
we're kind of
may
the
have some sunshine over there.
Exactly.
The other day, it was up to 45%. By the afternoon, now that we're at 15%, which doesn't mean we're not going to see any storms, but certainly the chances there. Nothing near like we saw the other day. Not expecting an outbreak of severe weather, and that is the good news as we check and show you exactly what's happening out there today. This is Futurecast, and it's coming really from Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky. Heavy rain. They've had a lot of heavy rain over towards Knoxville this morning. It's had a couple flood reports over the flash flood warnings. They did have a couple severe storm warnings around Huntsville, Alabama. But I think really it's just going to be some bands of heavy rain. You can see the timeline of this right here. And you can see the heaviest rain really moves in upstate of South Carolina all the way to the foothills into the Charlotte metro area later on this morning. You can see the time of that. Chris, you can actually see the time because I can't see the time from here.
That says 10 a.m. But as I mentioned, notice how it's weakening?
Yes.
That's the good news. I think that when we were looking at the active radar, it was strongest south, and we're even holding it together a little bit more to the north. And I think the reason why you see at 10 a.m. it's starting to flourish around Greensboro is because they're seeing more sunshine. It's actually a little bit more unstable there. Cloud cover's kind of helping us out. And then as we progress, you can see that the line eventually is going to start to become a little bit worse heading in the afternoon, which there's also a slight chance that we could have a storm later in the afternoon as well. But it's still going to rain. Don't get me wrong.
There's a lot of rain out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of rain that's going to widespread the area.
I would say if you watch this right now and you live in Cleveland County, if you live in Rutherford County, up towards areas around Morganton and Lenoir in the mountains, you're going to get the heaviest rainfall this morning, and it weakens quite a bit by the time it gets here. So if you have travel plans, Highway 74, Interstate 85, Interstate 40, 16, 321, 421, you'll definitely encounter some heavy rain. This is the time frame of that here.
Question: you haven't really seen any active severe thunderstorm warnings? So
the only thing I saw this morning was Huntsville, Alabama area.
Okay, so at least we dropped that.
Yeah, flash flood warning in areas around Knoxville. So didn't see anything other than that. Between 8 and 10, kind of the timeline here in our area that we see, and that covers couple hours there to see the threat. Not expecting a lot of severe weather as far as heavy rain. Nothing as far as I don't think any flash flood warnings here. West of here, maybe over towards Asheville, Great Smoky Mountains. That's the area right there.
And Larry just mentioned there was already some warnings advised with this because the rain is holding together a lot better over there. We're having some rates over 2 inches per hour. It's not sticking around for that long. So that's why it does look like it is a weakening trend. Still going to keep a stronger storm or two, a lot of active thunder and lightning rolling too. But it's kind of rare that our best storm chance is this time in the morning. So kind of two times that we've been sitting here at this desk, not a typical weather pattern.
Absolutely. And once again, the time frame between about 8 and 10. Late this afternoon, not to say that we couldn't get a pop-up thunderstorm or two. So the impact today, I think it's really more of a wind, winds in a couple spots out there, gusty winds. Although I haven't seen a lot of high wind reports coming from the mountains community, so that's good news for us. So maybe that threat does lessen a bit. Let's talk about something that's entirely different. Let's talk about the weekend.
The crazy number that we can't avoid or get past is 95 degrees. We have now hit that 4 times this year. That is our peak, and we will challenge that again later this weekend. But those heat index values are going to be right around 100 to 105, so we could have another heat advisory, our 3rd one of the year, on Sunday. It's going to be super hot, so if you go into that Panthers preseason, sizzling.
The sunny side, oh gosh. Have the sunscreen,
man.
have the shade, whatever it takes. You may want to put, you can't take anything else. You can't take an umbrella, obviously. But yeah, a lot of sunscreen in order. And then if you're out Sunday, it's just going to be just a really miserably hot day, sweaty, the sweat factor about a +10.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. I just
we need to get out the
way.
sweatometer. I think that's a new graphic.
The sweatometer. There you go.
Sweatometer. That sounds better than
All right,
sweatometer.
so today, once again, heavy rainstorms between about 8 and 10. The afternoon, slight chance of a storm. And nothing like we saw the other day. That's the good news.
Yeah, if you put anything into comparison, this is low. And this is more typical what we have.
Yeah. It's August.
5 to 15% chance for strong storms, but at least things are trending in a better direction. I'm not saying to disregard this line of storms. It will get pretty loud, I think, in some areas for some thunder and lightning. So just be cautious this morning. At least we are seeing a downgrade from the last time we were both sitting at this.
It's a weather. Be aware of the weather today. It's not a weather-aware day because I expected the extensive storm we saw the other day. That's it. We'll be back tomorrow morning about the same time. Have a great day.
Sounds good. Take care.